Thanks, guys. I was sitting back there watching all the other chats, and it's amazing to see how people are putting Kubernetes to good use. So, this morning I got up and my wife said, "What are you doing again today?" And I said, "I'm going to go present how we're using Kubernetes." She's like, "Kuba what?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to be with Zulily." She goes, "Zulily? What are you doing with Zulily?" And I'm like, so she's more impressed that we're working with Zulily than Kubernetes. So anyway, to get into it, my name's Lachlan Evenson. Let me just... Yeah, okay, so a little bit about Lithium first of all. So we're a SaaS platform. We offer social as a service. So we have a number of different products, online community, social media management and social media analytics. And as Kit mentioned, cloud is one of our products as well. So you may have seen us out there. First of all, I like throwing a little bit of meat on the bone when I do these talks. I like having something tangible to walk away with. I've actually put everything in a repo for you guys to play with afterwards. So once I demo, if you guys want to run up exactly what we're running in our lab, by all means, there's a QR code. Take a look. Have a look. There's a demo on YouTube as well. So I encourage you all. Otherwise, come find me afterwards and I'll chat to you about it. Hopefully, you're all here and you've heard about containers, and maybe some of you are playing with them. So at Lithium, why are we using containers? We love the simple, consistent workflow. The fact that you can package and deploy using Docker is great. It supports our microservice architecture. So going forward, as we continue to spin out more apps, they just have individual functions. And as was said earlier, Brendan Birds made the point that they should be as simple as a class of object-oriented code. And our engineers love them, and that above all else is great. So it's light entry point. They can go in, they can containerize their services and get them out very quickly and efficiently. So yeah, viva la container revolution. Everybody's on board, great. So developers are off, they're playing with containers, and 10 minutes later they come back to you and go, but how do I run this thing in production? So great, now what? How's the networking work? How do you do persistent storage? How do I make sure it's up? So you quickly soon fall flat on your face and realize that there's got to be something bigger. You cannot organize the chaos that is containers running everywhere with a Docker client. So that was our plight, and that's why we got looking into Kubernetes. So Kubernetes at Lithium, why do we play with Kubernetes? Open source. So we love open source code. We love it because of the community. So the strength of open source really is the community. And when I say community, I don't just mean developers. I mean operators and users alike. So, the fact that we can build a product together and all contribute to it, I think is fantastic. So that was one of the biggest stamps for why we were looking at Kubernetes. It was open source. Interoperable. So at Lithium, we run a public and private cloud. So internally, we have OpenStack offering to be able to provide a platform to our engineers that spans OpenStack, bare metal, AWS, Google Container Engine. That's really powerful to us. They are all places we have applications running, and we have yet been able to find a layer that could unify all that. So that's what we get with Kubernetes. Order at scale. As I was saying earlier, you soon make a mess when you start running up containers. Where are they running? What are their names? How are you managing DNS? All that kind of stuff. So Kubernetes solved that problem as well. And as I mentioned before, a common scheduler. So for us to be able to have a common scheduler across cloud platform provider was really powerful. So Kubernetes in our cloud platform. So as I mentioned, we have an OpenStack offering internally. We use AWS and Google. So to be able to actually use Kubernetes to leverage all those cloud platform providers was something we were really interested in playing with. So that's really where we got our hands dirty. The next thing is having it to be able to reuse our existing SDN. Now in OpenStack we have Open Contrail SDN. So I went over and spoke to those guys and they were like, absolutely, we'd love to work with you on it. So I can demo today Open Contrail integration with Kubernetes running multi-tenant applications in multi-namespaces. So I'm really excited to show that to you guys running on OpenStack. And the last thing was one-click deployable. So we use Mirantis OpenStack. In the Murano portfolio is Kubernetes, and I can actually just one-click deploy a master and a node, or a minion, a node, so just with one click, right? So the cost of running up the infrastructure was really lightweight for us at Lithium. So the current use, so currently what we have out there, we have a few clusters in various stages. Multi-node running on OpenStack VMs. So as I mentioned, we have OpenContrail integrated, so we're actually running underlay on overlay on underlay. It's SDN inception. It's good fun. So I'll show you what I got there. And finally, yeah, OpenContrail. So I'd love to show you what I got. Demo. So have we made the sacrifice to the demo gods today? No? So I'm the first cab off the rank. Okay, great to be. So this is my demo. I'm pinging Google. As Google said earlier, they run everything in containers, so that's my demo done. Boom, boom. Jokes. Okay, so I'm going to pop over here and let me just clear my screen. So I'm on my Kubernetes master here. If I take a look at my Kubernetes, so kube, you can never type when people are watching. Get nodes. So I'm just going to show to you that I have a 2-node cluster. And if I do a get pods, all namespaces. So what I really want to illustrate with this demo is the fact that we have networking multi-tenancy provided by OpenContrail. So at the moment, I've just got the UI running and DNS providing DNS. So the UI is running over here. So if I flick back over, what I'm going to do is just run 2 well-known examples straight out of the open source repo that the guys over at Google put together. So I've got the pet store example, and I'm just going to run that up. So it's going to go out and create the pods, the masters, the replication controllers, the services. So what that should then do is go out and try and pull that. Let's see if it actually, there we go. Let's see if it actually works. It may not work. Let's see if our pod's running. Right, so I'm still waiting for the front-end controller to come up. It's restarted twice. So, yeah, I didn't make the sacrifice. My demo's not going to work. But great, if you took a snap of the QR code at the start, I have actually recorded the demo. So if you guys want to watch it offline, I don't want to take too much time up here trying to rerun the demo. There is one more demo I was going to run, and I'll just run through it, just assume that it works, which it does. I will actually pop over to running Guestbook Go. And Guestbook Go, let me just run this guy, is very similar. But what's actually going to happen here is the thing I wanted to illustrate and the way that this is running up is that we have a multi-namespace support which is integrated with network namespaces in OpenContrail. So if you guys are really interested in coming to take a look and play around with what I've got, the open source repo is there. I'd love to show you what I've got, and feel free to come and ask me questions. But thank you all for listening. I'm excited to be here. Thanks.